Some motorcycles slip under the radar, affordable, reliable, and built for seasoned riders who know comfort and freedom matter most. In this countdown, we uncover 15 hidden gems seniors love. Stay with me until the very end. The final bike might be the smartest purchase you'll ever make. Number 15. Honda Shadow 750. For riders who appreciate timeless lines and a machine that feels familiar the moment you throw a leg over, the Shadow has earned its place as a trusted companion. Introduced decades ago to give everyday riders a cruiser with true American styling at a friendlier cost, it carries a quiet confidence that continues to draw older riders back again and again. The proportions are just right. Low seat, wide bars, and that laid-back silhouette that feels like it has always belonged on Main Street. Beneath its classic cruiser silhouette, the Shadow hides a 745 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin pushing 45 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. A front disc with a rear drum keeps braking steady, while telescopic forks and dual shocks smooth the ride. Wet weight settles at 563 pounds, with a seat height of 25.8 inches. One rider recalls guiding his Shadow down coastal roads at dusk, the low saddle letting him plant both boots firmly at each overlook. With starting prices near $3,500, it remains a trusted companion, blending affordability with a timeless riding experience. What makes the Shadow appealing is not just its specifications, but how it rewards steady, unhurried cruising. Best on two-lane highways, its relaxed hum lets riders savor the journey. From this refinement, the next motorcycle proves smaller bikes can command presence. Number 14. Yamaha V Star 650. There is a reason some motorcycles become quiet legends in garages across America, and the V Star has proven to be one of them. It was built for riders who wanted the look and feel of a big cruiser without the weight that can make long rides exhausting. With its classic lines, generous chrome, and reliable character, the V Star delivers a familiar sense of freedom that older riders appreciate every time the key turns. Carrying the spirit of a full-sized cruiser in a smaller frame, the V Star uses a 649 cubic centimeter air-cooled V-twin, producing 40 horsepower and 37 pound-feet of torque. Braking comes from a single front disc and rear drum, while telescopic forks and dual shocks steady its 583-pound wet weight. Low and confident at 27.4 inches, the seat invites control, and one rider recalls tracing autumn backroads with ease, stopping often to admire the view. With prices once just over $5,900, the V Star still stands as a trusted bargain in the used market. What makes the V Star stand apart is its charm. Mellow engine note, comfortable seating, and simple design that keeps maintenance easy. Honest and steady, it carries riders confidently. From this proven formula, we shift to American heritage in compact form. Number 13. Harley-Davidson Sportster 883. Few motorcycles capture the American spirit as directly as the Sportster, a machine that has carried generations of riders from their very first cruise to their final cross-country tour. It stands as one of the longest-running names in the Harley-Davidson lineup, cherished for its simplicity, its unmistakable rumble, and the way it bridges the gap between raw tradition and approachable power. Older riders in particular respect the Sportster for offering the Harley feel, in a size that remains manageable without losing its iconic presence. Rolling with unmistakable American character, the Sportster carries an 883 cubic centimeter air-cooled V-twin producing 49 horsepower and 53 pound-feet of torque. Disc brakes front and rear handle stopping, while telescopic forks and dual shocks support its 560-pound wet weight with ease. Low and steady at 28 inches, the seat invites confidence, and one rider recalls carving through desert highways, pausing at small-town diners where the bike drew curious glances. With prices starting near $9,000, the Sportster became the gateway for countless riders chasing the Harley-Davidson dream. The Sportster's character is in its versatility, nimble in the city, steady on highways, always delivering a satisfying growl and dependable torque. Beloved as a true American icon, it inspires confidence. From this legend, we move to a comfort-focused cruiser. If you've been enjoying this ride through the list, here's where I need your throttle. Drop a like if one of these bikes brought back memories, and share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me, what would you ride today, and which of these classics still speaks to you? Number 12. Suzuki Boulevard C50. Among riders who value both comfort and style, the Boulevard has carved out a reputation as a steady cruiser that delivers far more than its modest price tag suggests. It was built to bring big cruiser presence to the everyday rider, combining wide fenders, generous chrome, and a broad saddle that make it look and feel like a heavyweight without punishing the rider with excess size. For older riders who want an approachable machine that still makes a statement, the Boulevard consistently delivers. Shaped for classic cruiser appeal, the Boulevard carries an 805 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin, producing 53 horsepower and 51 pound-feet of torque. Stopping power comes from a single front disc and rear drum, while telescopic forks and a link-type rear shock keep its 544-pound wet weight composed. Low and sure at 27.6 inches, the seat inspires confidence, and one rider recalls evening commutes through quiet streets, flat-footing with ease at every red light. With prices once near $7,000, the Boulevard offered comfort and style that still resonate in today's used market. The Boulevard's appeal is its ease. Broad seat for long rides, steady torque for highways, and durable build promising years of service. A trusted road companion, it embodies reliability. From this strength, we turn to heritage and pure American sound. Comfort on the road starts with the right setup, helmets, gloves, and gears that make every mile easier. Link is in the description. Number 11. Kawasaki Vulcan 900 Classic. For riders who want the unmistakable silhouette of a heavyweight cruiser without the strain of managing a full-size touring machine, the Vulcan delivers exactly that balance. Its wide stance, generous chrome, and sweeping fenders make it look every bit the long-haul cruiser, yet its manners remain approachable. Older riders often gravitate to the Vulcan because it offers confidence on open highways while remaining composed and manageable in town traffic. Commanding the road with classic cruiser lines, the Vulcan is driven by an 893 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin delivering 50 horsepower and 58 pound-feet of torque. Stopping is managed by front and rear discs, while a telescopic fork and single rear shock keep its 620-pound wet weight steady and composed. Resting low at 26.8 inches, the seat inspires confidence, and one longtime rider remembers crossing state highways at sunrise, flat-footing easily whenever traffic slowed. With prices once near $8,400, the Vulcan gave riders style and stability without the bulk of a heavyweight. The Vulcan endures through relaxed travel, its torque effortless at highway speed and ergonomics built for comfort. It invites riders to settle in and enjoy the scenery. From this confident middleweight, we move to British-inspired style with modern dependability. Number 10. Honda Rebel 250 and 300. Some motorcycles earn their following not through flash or power, but by delivering exactly what riders need when they need it most. The Rebel has built its reputation as a trustworthy entry into the cruiser world, a bike that feels inviting to climb on and simple to master. Older riders often remember it as their first real motorcycle, and many keep one around because of its ease, low running costs, and the confidence it inspires. Lightweight freedom has long defined the Rebel, offered in both 250 and 300 versions to suit different riders. The 234 cubic centimeter air-cooled twin produced 16 horsepower and 12 pound-feet of torque, while the newer 286 cubic centimeter single delivered 25 horsepower and 19 pound-feet of torque. Confidence came from simple braking setups ranging from front disc with rear drum to dual disc, paired with telescopic forks and either dual shocks or a mono shock. One father recalls teaching his daughter to ride a Rebel 300, its 27.2-inch seat height and 364-pound weight making every lesson approachable. With prices near $4,900, it offered an easy first step into cruising. The Rebel wins riders with simplicity, lightweight for easy handling, relaxed ergonomics for errands or weekend escapes, and no unnecessary complication. From this approachable machine, we shift to a nostalgic reminder of Japanese cruisers that reshaped America in the 1980s. Number 9. Yamaha Virago 535. Back in the 1980s, when Japanese manufacturers began challenging American dominance in the cruiser market, the Virago emerged as one of the first true alternatives. With its shaft drive, compact frame, and distinct styling, it gave riders something different: classic cruiser comfort paired with dependable engineering. For older riders, the Virago carries a certain nostalgia, reminding them of a time when motorcycles were simple, approachable, and built to be ridden hard without constant tinkering. Carrying the spirit of the early cruiser era, the Virago came with a 535 cubic centimeter air-cooled V-twin producing 45 horsepower and 30 pound-feet of torque. A single front disc paired with a rear drum handled braking, while telescopic forks and dual shocks kept its 440-pound wet weight balanced and easy to manage. Resting at 28 inches, the seat made control natural, and one owner recalls riding his Virago across 3 states, drawing compliments at roadside cafes for its polished chrome. With prices once near $4,500, it delivered cruiser charm without breaking the bank. The Virago stood out with light handling, steady highway manners, a low-maintenance shaft drive, and an agile frame backed by a growling V-twin. Many kept theirs for decades. From this compact classic, we move into full-dress touring built for endurance. Number 8. Kawasaki Voyager 12. When the touring craze of the late 1980s reached its height, the Voyager stood tall as one of the most complete long-distance machines of its era. It gave riders full fairings, integrated luggage, and a seat that turned cross-country trips into comfortable journeys. Older riders especially appreciate the Voyager because it carries the presence of a true touring bike, but can often be found for a fraction of the cost of its contemporaries. It represents the age when Japanese builders went head-to-head with the biggest American tourers, delivering comfort, durability, and value. Engineered to conquer endless miles, the Voyager came with the 1,196-centimeter liquid-cooled inline-4, producing 97 horsepower and 83 pound-feet of torque. Dual front discs paired with a single rear disc ensured stopping control, while telescopic forks and an air-assisted rear shock supported its 195-pound wet weight. Settling riders low at 29.5 inches, the seat made long trips comfortable, and one owner recalls guiding his Voyager through the Rockies, hauling gear and passenger without complaint. With a starting price near $9,900, it stood tall as a value-packed tourer. The Voyager earned loyalty through practicality, ample storage, a broad seat for comfort, and an engine tuned for smooth highway miles. From this touring powerhouse, we shift to a lighter single-cylinder machine built on simplicity and timeless rider-friendly charm. Number 7. Suzuki Savage and Boulevard S40. There are motorcycles that define simplicity in the cruiser world, and the Savage fits that role with ease. Known later as the Boulevard S40, this machine has won over older riders who appreciate a lightweight frame, a thumping single-cylinder engine, and a design that emphasizes reliability above all else. Its slim profile and approachable ergonomics made it a common choice for those who wanted a cruiser look without the weight and complexity of a large twin. For many, the Savage remains a reminder that less can often be more when it comes to enjoying the open road. Carved for simplicity and charm, the Savage housed a 652 cubic centimeter air-cooled single-cylinder producing 31 horsepower and 37 pound-feet of torque. A single front disc with a rear drum delivered braking, while telescopic forks and dual shocks steadied its 381-pound wet weight. Settling low at 27.6 inches, The seat gave riders confidence, and one owner remembers evening rides through farm roads, the steady thump echoing across open fields. With a price near $5,600 when new, the Savage stood as an honest, affordable cruiser. The Savage stands apart with the thumping rhythm of its single cylinder, every twist of throttle delivering a raw connection to the road. Light in design, it thrives on city streets and back roads. From this elemental cruiser, we move to British heritage. Number 6. Triumph Bonneville T100. Some motorcycles manage to blend heritage with usability so seamlessly that they never truly go out of style. The Bonneville is one of those machines, carrying forward the unmistakable British silhouette while providing riders with modern dependability. Older riders gravitate to the Bonneville because it recalls the golden age of motorcycling without demanding the quirks of vintage ownership. With its timeless tank design, spoked wheels, and upright stance, it feels as much a piece of history as it does a trustworthy partner for weekend rides. Steeped in heritage, the Bonneville from 2005 to 2015 came with an 865 cubic centimeter air-cooled parallel twin, producing 67 horsepower and 44 pound-feet of torque. Single-disc brakes front and rear combined with telescopic forks and twin shocks, while its 497-pound wet weight kept the ride balanced. Rising to 30.5 inches, the seat gave riders a confident stance, and one owner fondly recalls early Sunday rides through rolling hills, his Bonneville turning heads at every cafe. Priced around $8,500 new, it offered classic charm with modern dependability. The Bonneville shines through versatility, equally at home commuting, exploring back roads, or cruising at a relaxed pace. Its parallel twin delivers smooth power, and its layout inspires confidence. From this British tribute, we turn toward rugged versatility built for gravel and dirt. Number 5. Yamaha TW200. Among riders who value rugged practicality, the TW has built a reputation as one of the most enduring dual-sport machines ever produced. With its fat tires, minimalist styling, and easygoing performance, it has become a favorite for older riders who appreciate a motorcycle that asks for little and delivers plenty in return. Whether used for backroad exploring, farm chores, or simply enjoying an unhurried ride, the TW embodies the idea that durability and simplicity never go out of fashion. Built to handle backroads and trails with ease, the TW carried a 196 cubic centimeter air-cooled single cylinder, producing 16 horsepower and 11 pound-feet of torque. A single front disc with a rear drum provided braking, while telescopic forks and dual shocks balanced its 278-pound wet weight. Rising to 31.1 inches, the seat offered steady footing, and one farmer recalls riding his TW along frosty fence lines at dawn, trusting its grip in every rut. Priced near $4,900 new, it became a dependable dual-sport workhorse. What sets the TW apart is its go-anywhere character. The oversized tires provide grip and confidence on loose terrain, while the lightweight chassis ensures control even at low speeds. Riders often praise its ability to handle dirt trails one moment and paved roads the next with equal confidence. Shifting from this rugged workhorse, the next motorcycle highlights raw muscle in a cruiser frame, built for riders who want a stronger surge of power with every twist of the throttle. Number 4. Honda Magna 750. There are motorcycles that live quietly in the background until those who know seek them out, and the Magna is one of those rare finds. Built during an era when Honda experimented with blending cruiser styling and sport-inspired performance, the Magna offered a distinctive alternative to the more traditional V-twins of its time. For older riders, it represents a unique balance: comfort for long cruises with a surprising surge of power when the throttle is opened. Its reputation as a sleeper muscle cruiser continues to draw attention from those who want something different. For the UAS market, the bike is built with a spirit that challenged cruiser conventions, The Magna carried a 748 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V4, producing 78 horsepower and 48 pound-feet of torque. Single front discs with a single rear drum provided braking confidence, while telescopic forks and dual shocks balanced its 544-pound wet weight. Set low at 28.3 inches, the seat gave riders easy control, and one owner recalls late-night rides on empty highways, amazed by the V4's surge past city lights. Priced around $7,900 new, the Magna delivered muscle without draining wallets. What sets the Magna apart is the character of its V4 engine. The smooth yet forceful delivery gives the bike a personality unlike anything else in its class, and it has earned respect for being both dependable and exhilarating. Riders often remark on how easily it shifts from steady highway miles to spirited bursts of acceleration. Moving forward from this underappreciated powerhouse, the next motorcycle emphasizes chrome, style, and torque in a package designed to turn heads at every stop. Number 3. Suzuki Intruder 800. Some motorcycles manage to carve out a legacy by blending bold styling with reliable performance, and the Intruder did exactly that. With its long, low stance, forward controls, and distinctive V-twin growl, it gave riders in the late 1980s and 90s an accessible way to enjoy the cruiser lifestyle. For older riders, the Intruder carries both nostalgia and practicality, offering classic lines and dependable mechanics without the premium price often associated with heavyweight cruisers. Known for its stretched silhouette, the Intruder housed an 805 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin producing 50 horsepower and 48 pound-feet of torque. A single front disc with a rear drum provided braking, while telescopic forks and dual shocks steadied its 480-pound wet weight. At 27.6 inches, the seat stayed low and friendly, and one rider recalls cruising downtown on his Intruder. The chrome drawing nods at every stoplight. With prices once near $6,500, it gave riders classic style at an approachable cost. The strength of the Intruder lies in its character. Its long wheelbase and stretched styling gave it the look of a custom machine right from the factory, while the reliable V-twin delivered smooth torque for relaxed cruising. Many riders still seek these models on the used market because they continue to provide comfort, style, and a connection to an era when Japanese cruisers reshaped expectations. From this blend of style and reliability, the next motorcycle emphasizes bulletproof engineering, delivering one of the most dependable rides an older rider could ever own. Number 2. Honda Nighthawk 750. Few motorcycles have earned a reputation for reliability quite like the Nighthawk. Known for its clean lines, straightforward mechanics, and unfailing dependability, it became the kind of machine riders could count on for decades. Older riders appreciate the Nighthawk not just for its performance, but for the peace of mind that comes with a motorcycle that asks for very little while giving back so much. It is the embodiment of Honda's commitment to building motorcycles that simply work year after year. Celebrated for its reliability, the Nighthawk carried a 747 cubic centimeter air-cooled inline-4, producing 75 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. Dual front discs with a single rear disc handled braking, while telescopic forks and dual shocks managed suspension. Wet weight balanced near 575 pounds, giving it steady road manners. With a seat height of 31.1 inches, the bike felt approachable, and one commuter recalls relying on his Nighthawk daily, praising how it fired up every morning without fail. At about $5,500 new, it offered riders a dependable all-around machine. The appeal of the Nighthawk lies in its versatility. It is equally at home as a daily commuter, a weekend backroad companion, or a reliable machine for cross-state rides. Its inline-4 provides smooth power across the rev range, and its straightforward design means easy maintenance and low running costs. From this icon of bulletproof dependability, we arrive at the top of the list. A motorcycle that carries the full weight of American heritage while offering a true cruiser experience older riders continue to admire. We're almost at the top of the list, but before we hit number 1, make sure you're strapped in for more. Subscribe right now so you never miss another breakdown of bikes built for riders like us. One click keeps you in the saddle for every future ride. Number 1. Harley-Davidson Dyna Superglide. There are motorcycles that capture the essence of American cruising better than words can describe, and the Superglide sits firmly at the top of that list. Introduced as one of Harley-Davidson's most versatile platforms, it blended stripped-down style with enough muscle to satisfy riders who demanded both presence and performance. For older riders, the Superglide offers the complete package: classic lines, a balanced chassis, and the unmistakable sound of a Harley V-twin working under steady throttle. It remains one of the most respected machines to carry the Dyna name. Respected as one of Harley's most versatile machines, the Superglide carried a 1,458 cubic centimeter air-cooled V-twin, producing about 67 horsepower and 78 pound-feet of torque. Single front discs and a single rear disc provided braking, while telescopic forks and twin shocks gave control. Wet weight measured roughly 630 pounds, offering strength without being unwieldy. Set at 27.8 inches, the seat made the bike accessible, and one longtime rider remembers customizing his Superglide, turning it into a weekend showpiece that still handled cross-state trips with ease. Priced near $11,500 new, it became a gateway into Harley Big Twins. What makes the Superglide legendary is its adaptability. Some riders keep it simple with stock styling, while others build it into custom machines that reflect their personal vision. Either way, it delivers the raw yet refined Harley experience that older riders treasure. Ending with this icon, the countdown closes on a machine that truly defines the spirit of affordable American motorcycling. 15 motorcycles, each one built to keep the ride alive for seasoned riders who know what matters: comfort, torque, and timeless style. If one spoke to you, let me know in the comments, because your story might inspire the next rider searching for their perfect machine. Hit like if you felt the rumble, and subscribe today, because the road doesn't end here, and neither should your journey.